Welp. Back again. For some more Stardew Valley. Today is a short one, so I decided to go back to the farm for a little bit. And because the reason why it's short is because I was watching the Nintendo Direct while eating, and they announced Harvest Moon. Wow. Harvest Moon, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar, which is a remake of Harvest Moon Grand Bazaar from the DS, which I talked before because I was playing it recently. And despite its many flaws, despite the many flaws of that game, it is still one of my favorite games in the series, simply because it's very unique. Like, if a game is unique, I will likely like it. But it's heavily flawed. And I was talking, I don't like the remakes they do nowadays. So I'd like a collection, but I'd like a collection with fixes. Because the game needs them. And the game can only shine if you fix it. And they announced the remake. They show a little bit. There's like one new edition, which is the glider, which supposedly it's for the next game. But I guess they took the feature because the game is very much about wind. There's the windmills, which did they even show the windmills in the trailer? The windmills are one of the most important parts of the game. And the fact that I don't remember if they have shown them, it's either a warning or they don't know what the hell they are doing. Because the windmills are very important in that game. They showed cheese in the trailer, which cheese is one of the worst things in that game, because if you make cheese, you lose money. In the original. Actually, I could just look at the trailer really fast. Because we have time. So, the windmill is how you craft items, but there was an issue with the original, which was that if you craft cheese, it sells for less. It's really stupid, and it has like it has quality anyway. So making cheese makes you lose money. I'm just going to look very fast. Oh, they show a windmill in the farm. Okay, so the windmills are there, but still, there are all craft items. But there was balancing issues that shouldn't be there. But are no. Oh damn! I was going to check the portion of the trailer that shows the cheese, because you can see the price of things in the trailer. Maybe, let's see. They show cheese, but they don't show milk, I think. Unless milk is the baby bottle, but it looks like paint. Doesn't look like milk. No, it's not. Yeah, there's like weird new items. There's one that looks like paint. Don't know what that is. So they don't show the price of milk. But cheese is 600. So hopefully in this game they changed the price of milk or cheese. Because, like I said, in a previous game, if you make cheese, you sell it for less. You lose money. That's not great. So, yeah, the game has flaws. And then there's the inventory system, which is when I start getting disappointed with the game. Because, see, the inventory might be bigger, but that's not the issue. The inventory issues come from the quality of the items. Each item has a quality from 1 to 5. Sounds simple. It's not. Because an item can have the quality of 0.5. That means... Actually, I don't know if you can have lower than 1. Not sure right now. But anyway, you can have, instead of having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you have 1, 1.5, 1.2, 2.5, 3, 3.5. So an item can have 9 or 10 quality levels. Instead of just 5. You only need 5. You don't need 9 or 10. Right? It's dumb. It shouldn't happen. And then we have freshness level. So freshness is okay. The issue is when you have freshness and 9 different levels of quality for one item, your inventory for some items can be a nightmare. And it gets even worse because the game wants you to keep items to craft other items. So the game promotes you to keep some items, but those items will expire. As they expire, because you are waiting, you have to like wait for the right items to either grow or appear due to RNG. You are left waiting and waiting with those items in your inventory. And the game is like, if you want to make money from this item, you will sell it for very little, or you wait and make a new item that sells for more. Like you can keep your cheese, your milk for longer until herbs start dropping to make herb cheese, which sells for more. And you do want to sell items more expensive rather than more items, because in short, the bazaar, you sell items in the bazaar, which means you have limited time. So if you have limited time, you want to sell items that are worth more rather than many that sell for less individually but might sell for more in total. It's a really weird math that you have to make. So you might want to keep those items, but then they'll start expiring, and as they start losing freshness, they occupy new item slots. So a very fresh item you can have like one item can, if it's forage, you always get 3 different qualities for forage items. it depends on the year. Well, unless there's a point where they only give you max quality. But you probably want to reach that point, if you can reach it. So, usually have 3 different qualities of items dropping as forage. For example, in the first tier you might have 1 star, 1.5 stars and 2 stars. So we have 3 items taking slots. But then once any of those items loses freshness, it goes to another slot. So we have like 1 star herb, very fresh, is 1 slot, and not so fresh is another. So from those 9 or 10 slots you can have like 30 or 40. It's a nightmare. It's hard to explain, but when you have to deal with it, it's a nightmare. And the game, basically the game is like, yeah, you might want to specialize, because if you specialize on something, what you do is, for example, a crop, instead of planting all the crops, you focus on only 1 or 2. And what you do is raise the quality of that crop, then make seeds of higher quality using that high quality crop, because that's how quality works. Unless you want to rely on RNG. I want to plant stuff on the what you call it, greenhouse. So the way seeds work in that game is that the NPCs sell you like really random quality items. Like you might get like 1 star seeds, or you might get 3 stars. I think it's random. But anyway, if you want higher quality, you can't rely on the shop. Basically, if you turn crops into seeds, the resulting item is the same quality of the item you put in. So if you put a 3-star crop, you get a 3-star seed. So that's the crop that comes from the 3-star seed is always 3 stars. If you use fertilizer, it can go up. So you plant that 3-star, use fertilizer, it goes up to 4 stars. You make seeds of that and get 4-star seeds. So when you plant it, the base level is 4 stars. They want me to fight bats. 50 is a lot. This one I won't get done, I think. Oh, I was going to the Skull Cave, actually, and I don't know if bats there count. No, there's nothing to lose. I have to wait 7 days for another, and it's the last one of the season. So yeah, that's how seeds work. So if you plant all the crops, it will be very hard to keep up with all the demands to get all the seeds up, and then you have no space for all those items. It's bad. So what to do? What you do is focus only on 1 or 2 crops that you know that you will make items with, and raise their quality to the max, and you make a ton of money. So the game is very much telling you to specialize, but they don't tell you in an obvious way, which is where it hurts. Sweet pea. And the fact they don't tell you that hurts because you don't know what you will do in the future of the game. So, the first year of the game, you pretty much can consider that a wasted year, unless you already know what to do. If you don't know the game, that first year will be wasted. Pretty much. Because you don't have item space, you don't know what items you can make. Only by year 2 you have more of an idea of what you can do. So the first year you won't make much progress in terms of focusing on what to do. You will make money, which will help, but you will feel very lost. You will eventually feel very frustrated, because eventually you will notice that a bunch of things you did pretty much wasted your time. Yeah, the first year won't be nice. You will see progress, but then you'll notice that you might have wasted your time planting the wrong crops, fertilizing the wrong crops. The first year goes from feeling very good to feeling very wrong later on. There's a big chance that happens, because you just don't know what to do. By year 2 you start getting an idea and start seeing you might have wasted your time with useless crap. So at that point, you start trying to focus on something, you just don't know what. Because you don't know what will bring you the most money, or if you like it. For me, I like focusing on themes, like this farm is a theme. I like that. So you can do that. Or try. There isn't much variety. So year 2 is when you start doing those things, but you'll then notice that by year 2 it feels like you already spent a lot of time playing the game, because it's a very long game. In terms of time, not in terms of content. 1 year in a farming game is a lot. People might not realize that, but it is. And I don't know if fire bats count. And I don't see any, which is not optimal. But yeah. I have to focus myself. So it's a really big flaw of the game, because it can lead you to have a really sour taste in your mouth. And then you see, oh, so now I need to focus, but if I start now, only in 1 or 2 years, I might see these things working as I intend them to, because, you know, you have to fertilize new crops because you don't have access right away to that, or even the space to do that. And you'll notice that year 2, you might see it as a year where you remake stuff, and then on year 3, you get some stuff going. Like your trees are grown up, I need to get water, and their quality is up. You have your crops already at a high quality, and enough of them to make items and make more seeds. Okay, I don't know which level is good for bats. Let's see. What's a good level for bats? Okay. No, fire bats. $81. Okay. So yeah, that's a really big flaw because the game way early on doesn't let you see that you need to do those things in the future. And it can leave a really sour taste in your mouth. And perhaps I'd say that I think letting people see what the windmills do from the beginning of the game isn't bad. Like, seeing you can do isn't bad. It's actually telling you you can do this, so work for it. But the game instead hides it. So it's not great to plan ahead. Again, unless you have a fan site to check or already know. But I think some people like, and I think that the games shouldn't need those things. So yeah, items are a very, very complex thing, which is why it's hard to explain. It takes me 20 minutes to do so. It's a very complex issue, and one that you have to deal with, and it sucks. And it sucks because, again, you never know what you need. Now, they didn't show much, but I also noticed something I don't like at all. For starter, the Mexican brothers got their visuals changed. And I don't know if they are still meant to look Mexican, because they look more Middle Eastern to me. Which is weird. They were funny. Like, why change it? Their looks represented well their culture. So I don't know why they had the great idea of changing their looks. And worse yet, the one of the characters I like in that game, might have had their appearance change as well. Because in the trailer, there's like... Actually, I didn't see Freya at all. I see a new character, but I didn't see Freya. Which is interesting. Maybe I need to watch it again. Which actually, I have it open. I didn't see her at all. And I didn't see Daisy. However, in some of the screens, you see a blonde girl. The dress. And in the game, there was only other than Daisy, I think there was only like one other blonde girl. Well, two. Your character and the bakery shop girl. Which, if they didn't make her one of the ones you can marry, they are stupid. But that girl has the same looks. But the other one that you see has different looks. That is not the bakery girl. Or Daisy. So is the blonde girl Daisy? If it's Daisy, I'm very disappointed. Extremely disappointed. Because she looks nothing like Daisy. She looks completely different. And I do not like... damn. I need a present for Linus. Oh, he likes coconuts. Okay. I can give him a coconut. I forget if we have to... like... wrap the present. I don't think so, but yeah, if that's Daisy that appears in the site and briefly in the trailer doing the Sherry or now Sophie marriage, I'm really disappointed. Because she looks nothing like Daisy. I see no reason why to change her artwork completely. Like, it feels like a very stupid change. And one change that might actually make me not want to buy the game. I'm not even kidding. Like, when you change characters that people like, it leaves a really sour taste. And it's even worse when you change it for no reason. Unlike the one character they show is the one they didn't change. Sherry or Sophie looks almost the same. There might be some small changes, but you can see it's her right away. But why aren't you showing the other ones? Like, why is Daisy being hidden away? Perhaps because you changed visuals, and you know people won't like that. Like, you're not showing the important one of the important parts of the game. Why? And you see, Marvelous already completely killed my goodwill towards them long ago. Like, some of the crap they did during the DS era and forward, I don't agree, I don't accept it, and I don't take it lightly, because they pretty much killed some of the game series with really bad decisions. That things that shouldn't have happened. So, yeah, when I say I don't take it lightly, I really don't, because they completely killed my goodwill towards them. And every time they do a new release, it's like, oh, this looks kind of alright, and then it's complete dog shit. I also don't like the character artists. If it's always the same person, I don't like them. Rather, I don't like their art. The portraits in Grand Bazaar were very unique. In the remake, they look really meh, and they don't seem to like change or match what's happening. Like you see in the trailer that Sophie is talking to you, you see that she's blushing, but her portrait does not change. Why? In the DS, you already had games in the DS that could have visual effects to the portrait without changing the portrait. Like, blushing wasn't tied to a portrait, it was added on top. So why can't you do that on a new game? At least the portraits blink, but blinking isn't needed unless you already have many different variations of the same portrait with enough emotions. Then you can add blinking. But why are you coding blinking but you are not encoding the expressions? Like, who works on these games? Who makes these decisions? I don't know. But I don't think they are doing a good job. So yeah, I saw good things in the trailer. I saw a lack of improvement. And maybe one good addition. I saw that they added sprites. And they seemingly help you during the bazaar. That's a gimmick. I don't really care all that much about the gimmick. But I guess adding sprites to the game is fine. They're part of the Harvest Moon series, even though they don't look like the sprites from the Harvest Moon series or the Story of Seasons series. But yeah, if they changed the artwork for characters like Daisy and they are not showing that, it does feel disingenuous. And it does not sit well with me when they change characters for no reason. Like, improving the looks is one thing, but completely changing the design is another. And what I saw in the trailer and in the official site was the latter. It was a complete change for no reason. Like, the character doesn't look like the same person anymore. She looks much taller, completely different hairstyle and expression, the little that you can see anyway. Yeah, I don't like that. And I don't want that. And if they do that, well... One less customer. Mining, it's easy to... what does this do? Combat. Actually, combat is the one I need. Mining I can survive. Combat, okay. So, I will read this one and trade the other one for coal. Okay, I'll buy it. It's not like it'll get cheaper anyway. Wait, can I go here and get those? Yes, I can. So yeah, if that's Daisy that we see in the trailer, I'll just say it. I won't buy the game. Screw it. Because I'll be honest, gliding doesn't change my experience of the game. It's a nice addition, sure. It doesn't change my experience. The sprites in the Bazaar doesn't change my experience. Fixes can change a lot, but I can live without selling cheese at a proper price. In fact, I can just cheat, introduce a cheat, double the amount of cheese that I have, and I fix the economy. I have to sell more cheese, but I fix the price. I can do that by myself, right? It's a pain in the ass, for sure, but I can do it by myself, and I don't need to buy the game again. Oh, the visuals. Screw the visuals, it's just in 3D. It looks alright, but the visuals won't change my experience unless they change it for the worse, which in my opinion, they might have done. So, it's like, why buy the game again, which I just played recently, if it might not have enough new content added? It's good for new people. The new people will not care about the character changing look, so that's great for them. For me, who already has the game, already played the game, a remake should mean more, right? Not just a couple of things. That's barely a remake, that's a fucking remaster. I'm getting even more mad. But yeah. I'll see more about it. I will say it. It's good that they are the gliding. The 3D looks perfectly fine. It seems to respect the original looks of the game, which looked almost undrawn. And it feels like they did try to make it look like the original with lots of flowers and stuff. It was a pretty game, but it was a very small one, that's the issue. If they didn't like expand the game to have like a forest or a mountain, because like they have the wind mechanic and they have the gliding, but if they didn't add more to the game, that mechanic is useless because there's almost nowhere you can go. You just go to town, that's only the town, that's it. And you already had shortcuts anyway, which unlike Tale of Two Towns, you didn't need to unlock. At least I don't think so. But if you did unlock, it was very early on. So, yeah, it has a couple of good things, but they are not enough for me to buy and play the game again. And that's the issue I have with their remakes. They never fix the actual issues. They add like one or two things from another game, because let's be honest, the gliding was either taken from the new game, which hasn't been released, or it's a test. They are testing the mechanic and how to make it work in the new game. Games do that. They test things to do in a feature by making it a minor feature early on. So if you don't have a mountain or a forest, somewhere to go, gliding will just be a faster way to go down the hill, and that's it. And it shouldn't be it. The game lacks content. Which is why the game feels bad. Like I was saying, that year 2 you feel like you have to rebuild your entire farm. Because you notice that even though you made money during year 1, you didn't know what you wanted to make in terms of items. And since you don't know which items to make, you lose time. And what I noticed is, during year 1 I still made, and part of year 2 I still made enough money that I got most things, like I have my Bazaar upgraded, I have my house upgraded, my storage is fully upgraded. The Bazaar is almost done. I just need like 3 million items sold or something. It's stupid. I'm married. Like, I have done pretty much everything that the game has to offer. But the thing is, even though I have almost everything done, except the Bazaar at 100%, which I don't care, I don't feel like in terms of gameplay I got anywhere, because I'm still preparing items to be made later. So I'm waiting for my crops to gain levels, gain quality, my trees to mature and get quality, because I didn't have all the trees, because some don't only appear on year 2, I think. So I'm still preparing to make money, but I already don't have anything to do with it. I have nowhere to explore. There's nothing. So if the new game doesn't fix that, what's the point? And the worst part is even the animals. Good thing, they made brushing and milking much faster. It was one of my biggest gripes with the game. They fixed it. Good. That was awful in the original. Good that they fixed it. But did you fix animals being replaceable by year 3? That I don't know. And see, I don't like that. Like, you get your animals, their friendship goes up very slowly. By year 2 or 3 they're maxed, you are getting max quality. And then by year 3 you go to the Bazaar and see they have a new cow, which is basically a better cow. It's a better cow, that's it. It's a cow that gives you more money. And you are like, so all the effort I made to get my cow to max quality is now wasted, because there's a new one and I have to restart the process. Except you'll make more money, so you'll just sell all your cows slowly to get new cows. But again, why do you need that money if there is nothing to do? And that's the issue with no content. It's good that you get the content fast. I don't think the pacing of getting the content is bad. What's bad is that there's not enough. And that's a very, very big issue that it's hard to fix. Because you can't just not do new content and you do something very cheap, which is that you grab and make the already existing content take longer to be done. In a way, you balance the issue of not having enough content, but you are only tricking people into thinking there's enough content. Oh, it's a raccoon. Nice. Something to do. So yeah, you can be cheap and just extend, like, make things more expensive and such. Or you can make new content, make a new tile with a forest to explore and to glide over, or a mountain to glide from the top to get back to your house or something. That would be great. If they made, like, let's say the TV is your farm. So in the game, you go to the rug, which is the town, which goes to this side, and then here is the horse race. They could just grab this, mirror it, and put it on this side of the town, because they can make space here. And on this side, like your farm here, you have the hill to the town here. They could make a forest here, new forest here on this side, and here a mountain. So when you want to go home, you jump from the top of the mountain and go home, go to town, go to the forest, go to the hill. And you make use of the gliding very well. You give content, can add content to the forest and mountain, new stories. And you are already remaking the entire game. So you have no excuse to not add new content. That would make the game so much better. But I can bet they didn't do anything like that. They just added gliding, maybe new pages on the new slots on the inventory. They added like one character, one male and one female character. They changed Daisy and ruined their designs. They changed the Mexican guys and ruined the designs. And that's it. I don't know where Freya is. I never liked the character anyway. So, yeah. But I don't like the character, but I don't like the character to be changed either. So, I think that's it, all they did. Now that the sprites to the Bazaar to help you, it's like fever mode. There might be maybe new festivals. It would be really good if they added new festivals and new cutscenes. But I don't believe they are going to add things like new tiles, like a forest or a mountain in the remake. Which is a shame, because it's a remake. They should fix issues, not keep them and pretend to fix things in the game that didn't need fixing. Anyway, that's it for today. I need to go. I'll be back tomorrow with more, hopefully. Enough time for Stardew and Zelda. If I don't have enough time, it will be just Zelda. Until then, bye bye.